Good evening, guys. I feel like this is like the only way that I look and the only coat that I wear ever. But I thought while I am in here by myself and I kind of have a quiet moment to myself, which doesn't happen very often a lot of the times, that I would go around the shed and give you guys a Meet My Rabbits video. I thought I would do a Meet My Rabbits, and then I will do a Meet My Pets, all of my pets, whenever I get my puppy, and in a couple weeks, and I can add her to the video. And then there might be some more developments with a Meet My Pets. You never know. So expect that one probably within the next month or so. And so right now I'm just going to go around and show you guys all of the bunnies that I currently have, and we will go from there. So I'm sorry this is at night, guys. You know, like I said, it's whenever I kind of get a free moment. With a 3-year-old, you take what you can get. And yes, my cages do need cleaned. Tomorrow is cleaning day. So don't worry about that. But I thought I would start with my Dutch bunnies. I have 4 does currently, and this right here is Sunny. She is a black Dutch, and she's about 8 or 9 months old right now. She's not by any means the friendliest doe. She's actually kind of witchy, if you want to put it that way. So yeah, but anyway, I am planning on showing her this spring some. Hopefully, you know, as I have the money, I can take her to a couple shows. I know she does have a leg on her, so she has shown and she has done well. So those are my plans with her, and then also to breed her. So she will be bred once I get another chocolate or black buck. Next we have Miss Emma here. She is obviously a chocolate Dutch, and my plans are pretty much the same with her, and that is to show her and to breed her, whichever comes first, really, whatever I can afford to do first, because I do need to get another buck. Like I said, if you guys watch my videos, I was planning on getting out of Dutch, so I did sell my buck, which I now regret. And something just kept telling me to stick with them. So I just find them interesting, and they're gonna stay around. She's trying to get out. But anyway, so that's my plan, is to breed and to show her. She is about the same age. She's about 8 or 9 months old now. And she's actually a sweetheart. She's very sweet. They all are a little, my Dutch are all a little neurotic and kind of hyper, but that's just what you get with them, I think, so. There's really no good way to get footage in this cage. Another black Dutch doe. And same plans with her. I would like to show her and breed her, whichever comes first. And lastly, we have Miss Gemma. She is a chocolate Dutch doe. Same exact plans with her, that is to breed and to show. I do believe she is pregnant, so I'm super excited because she's due in literally like 4 days. So she's looking very, very round, very rotund. So be watching out for an update video on that. Next, I'm going to start with my mini Rex. This is Libby, and she is a broken blue mini Rex doe. And she will be shown as long as she's not over the weight limit, and then she will also be bred. So that is my plans for her. This is her full sister, Felicity. She is a broken chocolate mini Rex, and she, I believe, is bred. I do believe she's pregnant. She is due the same day that Gemma, my Dutch doe that I talked about earlier. So this coming Friday, she is due. She's looking a little bit heavier and stuff too, so I do think that she is pregnant as well. But if she is, or even if she isn't, either way, she will be shown if she's not over the weight limit and bred. So if she's pregnant, awesome. If she's not, then I'll just try to breed her again. And then lastly, for my mini Rex does, this is Miss Abby, and she is a broken blue mini Rex. Yes, my cages need cleaned. She is half-sister. She is a half-sister to the 2 I just showed you. And same exact plans. She'll be shown and then bred, or vice versa, whichever one comes first. I don't think that she's over the weight limit just because she's like a super small little doe. compared to her two sisters. So I definitely think that she will stay within the weight range to be able to be shown. Lastly, I have my chocolate mini Rex buck called Barrett. I'm super excited to see what kind of babies that he produces. As you can see, he's super nosy and friendly. And next I thought I would just show you all of my pets that I have in the rabbitry. I do currently have 14 that are just pets. That may be a little crazy to some, but I love them all and they all get taken care of, so what's the difference? But anyway, so this is Esmeralda. She is coming up next month, a 3-year-old Flemish Giant Cross Doe. She was one of my first bunnies, and this is her baby Alice. She's a tri, so she's a mini Rex Flemish Giant Cross. And then that is Bonnie. She is a Harlequin mini Rex Flemish Giant Cross, and they are about 3 months old now, I would say. And they're cuties. I'm trying to really get them friendly. They're getting better. They're getting better with being handled and petted and stuff. So obviously I just did hay everybody, so they're all caring about their hay. But yeah, I just absolutely adore these three. They are the sweetest. And I really am excited to start hopping them. So that's their future ahead of them, is to learn to hop. And then I have these two pretty girls. This is Verity and this is Demelza. And they are full sisters of Esmeralda, who I just showed you. So they are obviously Flemish Giant Crosses. And they are coming up next month on 3 years old as well. And I will also be trying to teach them how to hop, so that is what their future holds. And then in here, we have Philippe in the back, and then this is Piper. She's not the friendliest doe. She's not mean or anything. Sometimes she'll grunt at me, but she doesn't really like to be petted. So that's Philippe. He is a neutered buck, and this is Piper. They are both about 2 years old now. Philippe in the back there is actually Verity's baby, and so he is half Flemish Giant and half Holland Lop. That was an accident litter, and he was the one that I kept. And then Piper here, she was actually an accident litter too. My sister took 2 full siblings of the previous 3 does that I showed you, the older does. And they had babies because she was told they were both does and they weren't, so this was one of the resulting babies who I took. So like I said, her name is Piper. So she is Flemish Giant Cross of some kind. I don't know what exactly they were crossed with, but obviously the Flemish Giant was the most predominant. And then I have these 4 mini Lop does. They are just pets. I rescued them from a lady that was going to cull them. And I just didn't want to see that happen. So this is Sweetie here. She is a steel, gold tip steel, I think, or she might actually be chinchilla. I can't remember what she said. But she's about 2.5, 3 now as well. And these are her 3 babies. They are, I believe, I'm trying to hold up the door so I can't really point. This one right here, I believe is Blue, and her name is Callie. And this one right here is Molly. She, I believe, is a chinchilla or gold tip steel as well. I'm not sure. And then that is Holly. So we have Callie, Molly, Holly, and Sweetie. And as the name implies, they are all absolute sweethearts. I adore these bunnies. They are the cutest. And they're just so sweet. They all do super well with my son. They're just adorable. Like, I hope I can always keep them together. There is never even an inkling of fighting going on in here. They're just the cutest. And just like everyone else, they will be learning how to hop. Ouch, that's my hand. Thank you. But yes, they will be learning to hop. Will you quit? So that is what their future holds. Next we have Tinkerbell, and she is a chocolate English spot. And she I bought as a hopping prospect. She did have a little bit of harness training and a little bit of jump training before I got her. So she's just a pet, and that's what she'll do. If I decide to compete in hopping, she probably will be one of the ones that I take with me and use. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for her. And then these two are her full brothers. He's obviously a solid black English spot, even though he doesn't have any spots. And then he's a black English spot, this guy, broken black. And Peter Pan and Henry, I decided on Henry for him. They, all three, are only about 3-4 months old, somewhere around there. So they are just pets, and they will be my jumping or hopping prospects as well. I do think these three, more than any of my other rabbits, will do really well with the agility as well. And lastly, I thought I would introduce you guys to all of my mini lops. They are the third breed that I raise in my rabbitry. And I haven't had any litters from any of these does yet. I just got into them within the last couple months. So they are all pedigreed mini lops, and I currently have 6 does and 2 bucks. So this is Maple. She is a chestnut, solid chestnut doe. And I believe she is pregnant as well, and she is due around February 5th. So we have about another 2.5 weeks or so, 2 weeks, until she has her babies. She is a experienced mom. I believe she said 2 to 3 litters before. I do also want to teach her how to hop as well. Everybody in my rabbitry is going to at least, be exposed to it to see if they like it, pick it up, or enjoy it, or anything like that. Next I have Miss Sassy Pants. I call her Sassy because she's very sassy. She is a broken gold tip steel doe, and she will be bred to my chinchilla buck for babies probably within the next month to month and a half. I will breed her. And any of them that aren't pregnant, whenever I go to my first show that's at the end of February, I will be taking any that aren't pregnant or that don't have babies on them to the show, so she could potentially be shown. Then we have Miss Sunday, and she is a chestnut mini lop doe as well. The doe before and this doe are only about 8 to 9 months old now. I forgot to mention how old Maple is. Maple's about 1.5 years too, I believe, so but yeah, this doe is only about 8-9 months old now. She is super sweet. She's probably the sweetest out of all my mini lop does. She's a cutie. But her name, like I said, is Sunday. So she will be shown, bred, and hopped. Next we have Stevie Nicks. Is a broken chinchilla doe. And same plans. She'll be bred, shown, and hopped. Not necessarily in that order, and she's the same age. She's about 8 to 9 months old, and there again, she is very sweet. She will do anything for some lovin's. Then we have Miss Calliope. She is, I just got her a couple weeks ago, and she is a broken chocolate mini lop. She's only about maybe 11 or 12 weeks old, and I do plan on showing her. Obviously, she won't be ready to breed for quite a while yet. So she will definitely be going to my first show. Get back in there. So she will also be hopped, shown, and bred. Lastly, for my mini lop does, I have Miss Clara here, and she is a broken gold tip steel as well. And she will be bred to my chinchilla buck, probably same thing within the next month, month and a half. Obviously, she'll be bred, she'll be shown, she'll be at least tried to be hopped, and we'll see how that goes. We have Mr. Fleetwood here. He is a chinchilla mini lop buck, and he as well is one of the sweetest bucks I've ever had. He will do anything for a pet. But I'm super excited to see what kind of babies he produces for me, just because he's very nice, temperament-wise, and conformation and build and everything. So very excited to see what he produces. I don't think that I'm gonna even really bother to try to hop him, just because he's such a big bunny. Like, he's so stocky that I'm afraid he would hurt himself trying to get over the jump. Not even kidding. And lastly, this is Uno. He is my broken blue mini lop buck, and he's only about 6 to 8 months old. Same with Fleetwood, who I just showed you. So I'm very excited to see there again what kind of babies he produces. I love his coloring. And I think that with my chestnut does, I have a chance of getting some solid blues or solid chestnuts or solid chocolates. So I'm really excited to see what he produces. When he was born, I don't know if you can tell there or not, but this back right leg kind of hangs out to the side a little bit. He did break his leg as a baby. It got caught in the side of the cage. So he can't be shown just because that obviously would count against him. The judge would count that against him. So, but it doesn't affect, because it's not hereditary. It was an accident, so it doesn't affect any babies that he's going to have. So I am excited about him and what he can produce for me. Alright guys, so that is all 29 of my bunnies that I have here in the rabbitry right now. Like I said, I do have quite a few litters due within the next 5 to 7 days. Well, I take that back. The next one, I should say the next 5 days to 2 weeks, because my last doe is due on February 5th. The other 3 are due January 21st, which is this coming Monday. So within the next 5 days, they could be having their babies. So like I said, stay tuned for that. I am going to make another video at the end of the week showing you how I prepare them all for their babies. Yeah, so that's all 29 of my bunnies that I have right now. That number can change at any minute. As you guys know, I'm always kind of juggling bunnies or getting new ones, selling some, however it works. Stay tuned to watch me progress with the hopping. Obviously the snow and the extreme cold lately is getting in the way of that. But yeah, stay tuned for that, because there's going to be some cool, exciting videos with that. And like I said, I'm sorry that I did this in the dark. I did want to do it during the daytime, but sometimes with a 3-year-old, you take the moments that you have alone and you use them. So I'm sure some moms that are watching this potentially understand what I mean. That's nothing against my baby, but you know. So that's why I chose to do it that way. I have also decided to add some Hollands back into my rabbitry. I already have a deposit put down on a buck, so I'm currently looking for 1 or 2 does to add as well. I there again sold them, I had 5 Holland does and 1 buck. I sold all of them, and I regret that. I jump the gun sometimes. It's a bad habit of mine. So yeah, I am gonna slowly try to get back into them. I'm just gonna start very, very small and see how that goes. Anyway, guys, that was all I had for you tonight, and I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!